Wow, well, truly honored. I mean, the cool thing is I came up on the marketing side, as many of you know, and so to receive this particular honor from the SME was particularly special to me, given my years in the marketing arena before I became GM. So it's very special. Well, I do think you learn from your entire journey, and there's things that you pick up in different places, in different towns, in different opportunities. You know, I spent time in Boston, in Atlanta, in San Francisco, in Orlando, and here's a tip: if your name is Micki, it's kind of weird to work in Orlando. Just saying. And so, you know, over the years, you learn lessons dealing with different teams, dealing with different challenges, and so. You know, I've been here now over 20 years, so this is definitely home. And I think that, again, back to that marketing piece of it, you know, when you work in a local television marketing team, you touch all entities. You touch news and programming and engineering and everything. And so you have sort of a holistic view of the station. So I do think, you know, a marketing background, at least in our world, is a really good learning curve for upper management. In this day and age, being a leader to me is all about building culture. And I think you build a culture by really valuing and respecting the people who work with you. And you know, we're in a really fast-paced world, we're in a fast-paced industry, and there's lots of change, and it's happening literally at the speed of light. And sometimes slowing down a bit, being strategic, trying to be thoughtful, at the same time that you're moving forward is a skill that it's taken me a while to learn. I tend to run, and so you know, I think that becoming a leader in this particular field is all about building that culture, figuring out your strategy, and having the right people around you to make things happen. It has to work on both sides. For a solid partnership, a great business deal, a smart project, whatever challenge you're facing, the value has to be there on both sides. And so, however you're working on a solution with a client or a solution in the building, people have to come together on both sides of that equation, and it just can't be we're going to get a lot of money and you're going to be. It has to be both pieces of that, and so it's a little bit more complicated to find those solutions, but those are the solutions that stick, and those are the solutions that are successful, and those are the solutions that bring people back to you when they want more help, another campaign, another project, to work with you again. I'm old enough in this world, in this career, that I have been the only in many ways. I was the only woman on a sports production crew when I started. Heck, I was the only woman on a rifle team in college. You know, I was one of the few female GMs here in Cleveland. So I do think that there's been a path to where I've, you know, where I've come. But and I think there's more that has to happen to open doors to get more women into senior leadership. But you know, personally, I guess I just went for it, you know, and I think that I didn't let the fact that I was the only in a room hold me back. And I think many women are in that same situation. And but here's the trick now: the ones that have gotten to a certain level, we need to now lift up the folks that are coming behind us, because a diverse leadership team makes all the difference. It improves communication, it improves problem-solving skills, it improves trust, and it improves the bottom line. Diverse teams are better at business. And so whatever I can do to help the next generation come up, that's what I want to do. If you've been lucky enough to have a great mentor, then it's on you to make sure you turn around and do that for the next group of folks behind you. One person can really make a huge difference in someone's life, and I've had a number of mentors over the years that have significantly changed the course of my life. You know, but you have to do it. You have to be real. I mean, if you're willing to do this for someone, you have to be there for them. You know, it can't be this, well, here's kind of ideas, work on your LinkedIn page and do this and do that. It has to be something that's an authentic relationship, and that takes time. And so you need to be smart about how many people that you're willing to mentor. You need to be smart about the kinds of people that you ask to be a part of your life that way. You know, you don't, there were not many women ahead of me. And so most of my mentors were men. It doesn't have to be the same sex, it doesn't have to be the same color, it doesn't have to be even in the same industry. It needs to be someone who you admire and who you've enjoyed getting to know, and whose path maybe reminds you of where you might want to head. But boy, it's really rewarding when you have that kind of relationship with someone and you see them grow. It's awesome. Don't be a weenie. I mean, I think I wanted people to like me. I was sort of the junior Sally Field. I mean, I think that if I could say anything, you know, back 40 years, I would say take more risks. Don't be so afraid of what people think about you. Stand up for yourself, and make sure you love what you do, because it's going to be a long ride, and get into something that you really feel passionate about and that you see a career for yourself, you know, moving forward. This generation of kids, when I talk to my kids and when I talk to a lot of the younger folks, even here in the station, they're not going to have the same kind of linear path that I had. I mean, I've worked for, 12 stations, but it's been a fairly linear path. This generation, I mean, they're working everywhere. I mean, they're going to do 2 years here and 3 years here and 2 years here, which is awesome because it gives them a really broad base of skills. But they still have to find that one sort of defining thing that takes them through that path. It may not be the same industry, but what is it in these various jobs that they're doing that speaks to them and makes them happy to get up in the morning and happy to show up at work in the morning. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. But I have to tell you, the kids I'm talking to these days are super bright and very much more strategic about their careers than I was at their age. So they're going to do great.